Lee Smith.
And Nicole Smith.
From Blood and Iron Martial Arts.
And we're here today to review the Feder from Castille Armory.
So we're still in the middle of testing this Feder. Sam sent it to us last year. So right off top, Sam wanted to see if he could build a Feder that would be Blood and Iron proof. So far, it looks that way. But if we break it, we'll definitely post an update to this video. But we're still in the middle of testing. However, we're going to do this video early just because Sam and Castille have started a new promotion called
February.
Yes.
In essence, for the month of February, they're offering their Feder swords at 20% off. So we thought we'd go ahead and give you our thoughts on it just a little early.
So $308 to $328 for a Feder, I mean, of this quality is an unbelievable deal. We have to basically tell you what we've so far experienced with this. So to start, this Feder we have been absolutely abusing. I chipped the Line X. I mean, we have used this. I have used this. Everyone in this club has been using this, just to see what they like about it, what they don't like about it, and how much abuse it can take. To give you an example, this sword is used every day they're sparring longsword. So 4 to 6 classes a week, probably 10 hours a week total in sparring. And for the last 6-7 months. I got this at the same time that I got my rapier from Sam.
Yeah, so in essence, we've been putting our work in to try and do our best to do what he asked us to do, which is torture test it and possibly break it. So far, no luck.
When he first told me he could make this Blood and Iron proof, I honestly chuckled. I thought it was pretty funny.
You've broken a lot of swords.
We've broken a lot of swords, various brands. But Sam is one of these guys who takes his craft really seriously. So I was thinking, perhaps he might actually be able to do it. So far, so good. A normal Feder wouldn't take this amount of abuse. That I can say for sure. So we're going to go into what we like and we don't like about this Feder. But one thing to notice is this crossguard is still straight. And considering the amount of hits and the other swords it faces, everything from comfort fencers, black horses, Albions, even Encifers, I mean, it takes it all and keeps going. I'm so far quite impressed.
Since there really isn't any break-in period for a Feder, we're just going to go straight into the things that we like. I'm going to start off by saying, first thing, as a woman, one of the things I really like about it is the fact that you can get a 12-inch handle. Especially if you have a bit of a chest, having your hands a little farther apart is definitely a bit of an advantage.
This is also good for broad-shouldered men, as I've mentioned in the past. I personally like having a very long handle. Not every Feder comes with this. It might be one of the longest handles in the market. Mm-hmm. Another thing I really like about this, these heavy rolled edges. This requires, because these rolled edges are very, very heavy and they're thick, it requires a lot less blade maintenance. I mean, we rarely chip it. We rarely have to grind it down. I mean, very, very good.
Back to the handle again, we really do like the grippiness of the grip. Like the feel of it is really, really nice.
Good flexibility, flexes well, not too stiff, not too floppy either.
You want to be able to have that stiffness in the blade as well. So yeah, good.
The cross-guard and fit is very tough. The finish is good. Other things we really like about this Feder, Castille has great turnaround times. You're looking at 6 to 8 weeks on average. I mean, which is probably the best in HEMA at this point. I don't know how he does it. Maybe it's magic. Who knows? The other thing too, its normal price is $375. The same kind of price range as a Regini, and I mean, I would hands down take this over Regini any day of the week. You?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the fact that it's for 20% off for the month of February makes it even better. Now, the sword comes with a screw-on pommel, and so far so good. We've only really had to tighten it once, and considering the amount that we've used it, that's pretty good.
I mean, normally, screw-on pommels, I'm not a big fan. But Sam might have made me a little bit of a believer. Just a little bit. Things we don't like as much. Now, out of all the Feders I've used, that I would routinely use, like my Black Horse, the other Feders I had in the past, Encifers heavies, Encifers longs. This sword has a lower blade presence in the bind than other swords that I've used. Now, for the way I fence, it doesn't matter a lot, but people using more early Lichtenauer style fighting might find this quite annoying. But as a Meyer guy, I don't mind it so much.
One of the other things we might like to see changed is just a little wider on the hilt, just to give you that little extra protection for your thumb. Just a thought.
I told Sam that as well. We talked about it. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But it's probably my biggest pet peeve on the sword is the shilt's a little small. I prefer a wider shilt like you'd see in my Black Horse. The other one I would talk about is the Spatula Tip. Now, it is wide enough for HEMA fighting, but I would like to see it be a little thicker. That's just my very personal thing. But it's okay, but I would say it's just not exactly where I want to be. A little thicker, a little wider would be better. But now we're going to discuss this grip. So the grip, because this grip is unique to any fader I've handled, we're going to discuss it separately. Now, this is an aluminum core with Line-X covering it. So there's things I like and things I think could be better. So let's first talk about what it is. So as you can see, the core through here is aluminum, covered in this Line-X, almost looks like a truck bed liner. Now, I like the grip a lot when I'm fencing because it gives me a lot of purchase on the sword. It doesn't slip very easily when I'm sweating hard, and it doesn't slip very easily for any other reason. It locks in the hand nicely and allows me to make cuts, open, and change. So I like the grip material.
Okay. The only thing that we've noticed is it does tend to chip if you accidentally hit it with your sword. Okay. But aside from that, he is right. It does feel fantastic in the hand. I really did like that for a change.
I have repaired these chips by when it would push in and kind of cut into the grip. I would melt it back in with a heat gun. It worked pretty well when I did it. I used a lighter once too when I didn't have anything else. It worked pretty good. But recently it looks like a student took a chip out of the handle. So it's going to happen. You probably shouldn't parry at the handle. Caveat, although there is a Meyer technique that shows it. I strongly recommend against parrying with the handle of the sword.
Overall, there's more pros than cons when it comes to the handle, so we're definitely in favor of it.
Realistically, all you need is some Gorilla Tape, quick stripe of it, good to go. Won't look as pretty anymore, but it's a fader. It's a working tool for your martial arts. It doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to be effective. Overall, our rating. I'm going to give this 2 thumbs up. Why? Overall, would you say it's might be the best fader in the market for the price?
Oh, absolutely. No, for the price, this is definitely one that you would like to have. I would have absolutely no hesitation in recommending it to any of our students.
But it's going to come to, because it's light blade presence, it will come to, do you like it or do you not? The people who don't require heavy blade presence will probably really like this sword. The people who like to play hard bind games might like it a lot less. But for any student, right now, $308, you're practically stealing this fader from them. So, till next time, where's your bye-bye now?
Bye-bye now.
There we go.
It's the worst sign-off I've ever seen.
I forgot what Jane says.